Hey guys, so today I want to make a quick little video here where we'll be taking a look at the screens here on the iPhone 5, the S4, the Sony Xperia Z, and also the HTC One. And we'll also be taking a look at some few pictures here, so that of course also will be very cool. But to start off here with the first little thing here, start off with the display quality. So if you start off with the iPhone, we do have an LED. This is one, of course, is the most oldest phone here also. But this one has an LED backlit LCD display, LED backlit IPS LCD display. It has the lowest resolution of all of the phones, but it doesn't really matter that much because this phone is the smallest one of all of them in terms of screen size. Also, it's only 4" versus the 4.8 or the 5" S4, the 5" Xperia Z, and the 4.7" HTC One. Now, how does this one stack up to those other ones? It stacks up pretty or extremely well here. Resolution of 640 x 1136, pixels per inch of 326. I might also do some other videos where we'll be going more in depth with the pixel rate, but usually when you have over 300 pixels per inch, you won't be able to see the pixels if you aren't extremely close to the phone. But if you use it from a normal distance, then you probably won't notice that a big deal on any of these phones in terms of pixels, because it's starting to get really high now in 2012 or 2013, of course. I mean, with 1080p smartphones coming out. So we'll be taking a look at some pictures, as I said, and we'll see how it stacks up. But in general, it's pretty good. It works good outdoor in terms of brightness. It has good viewing angles as well. It's an interesting display and also performs awesome in terms of white colors, because LCD displays usually performs white colors extremely good. Then we have the Sony Xperia Z here, which is an interesting device because it has a 5" display, full HD. The problem though with this display is this TFT display looks pretty good here when you look at it from the front side, but the viewing angles of this baby is horrible. And now I know some people will say, well, who cares about the viewing angles? You aren't gonna look at your phone from the side. Well, you don't actually know that. I think many people will view the phone from the sides, especially if they have the phone laying on the table. It's a little bit away from you, and when you look at the screen from that place, it doesn't really look that good. And also, speaking about that, this phone is pretty expensive. I'm not sure what Sony were thinking when they produced this display. When you look at it from other angles, it really looks horrible, and they should definitely fix that in the future. Speaking about the protection here, you actually do some pretty. You get the protection here on the front side, which is something they comes already pre-installed with a shatterproof. They don't call it screen protector, I suppose, but it is a layer here of shatterproof material, that the shatterproof glass maybe that they've already put on the Sony Xperia Z when you buy it, and you do know that you have that one on when you can see the logo up here. You can see the Sony logo here. That means that if you would take off this one, you would no longer have the Sony logo. Now, speaking real here, some real talk about this display here and how it stacks up compared to other devices. I did a knife screen scratch test video with this display versus the Samsung Galaxy S3, and you can go watch that video. But what happened in that video was that this display, first it got shattered, and then also I couldn't use the display anymore. So the whole LCD display and everything, internals, did get kind of mashed or smashed, and it wasn't really that impressive. It's pretty horrible. And then also I did smash this display a little bit in my bed, and surprisingly it did break pretty easily. So I would say that this one doesn't even is as good as the iPhone 5, because I did a lot of knife videos with the iPhone 5 on the screen, same as with the earlier Galaxy devices, and they've never broken the glass. But it did do that on the Sony Xperia Z. Maybe that is bad luck, maybe that is something like that, but I don't know. I would say from my experience, this one has the worst protection, so you might want to know that. And the viewing angles are horrible. They shouldn't be that on a high-end phone. I just do hope that Sony produce something better next year on the display. Now, if we continue on here, we can go to the Samsung Galaxy S4 display. Now this is a Super AMOLED display, same as Samsung has been using earlier years. Now the thing is that with this display, it seems like they've amped up the Super AMOLED in terms of colors and saturation even more compared to earlier Samsung displays. Now I can't confirm this, but from what I've been seeing in comments on the videos I've been doing about the Galaxy S4, people say that the display looks unreal. It doesn't even look real. It looks like I have a film or something on top of the display. It can't look this good. It can't have this many colors coming out of the display. But yes, this is actually the real deal. This is how it looks like. And I would agree that this display probably is a little bit away from reality in how colors look, but who cares about that? I think most people would buy this cartoonish display just because the way it displays colors is just amazing. It's just outstanding, and it's really hard to have any complaints about this display. Amazing viewing angles. And then also it comes with the latest version of Gorilla Glass on top, Gorilla Glass 3, which is making it the best one of the phones I have over here. Now, speaking about real quality like this, I did it on previous generations Galaxy devices, and this one should perform better because it has a later version of Gorilla Glass on top of the display. So that's pretty cool. It has full HD resolution, of course, also, and that it is 5-inch with a PPI of 441. You can't complain. You can't complain. It's amazing. And the thing though that you can complain with a little bit on these displays here, the AMOLED displays, is that they doesn't. The color white doesn't look that good on these displays compared to LCD displays that you would get on the iPhone or the HTC One baby here that we're going to take a look at there pretty soon. But white colors doesn't look as white. But then we have some good things that when you have a lot of colors, this one you can't beat it. It is crushing. And also black colors really look black on the AMOLED display. So a quick little view there. If you want me to make any specific video with all of these displays in terms of color accuracy, you can let me know about that. Then we have this guy over here, which has an LCD display. It's very similar to the iPhone display, but it seems like there's something special about this display. It looks a little bit sharper, and it has Super LCD 3 technology, so it looks a little bit more like a reality colors, if you would like to call it that. But yeah, if you look at the reality here, oh, these colors looks sharp. I've been trying out some games, and also some games look actually sharper on the HTC One versus the Samsung Galaxy S4. This is a superb display. The only complaint I would have about it is that it comes with Gorilla Glass 2 protection, so an old generation there of protection on the front side. But remember, that's just like a scratch protection, and Gorilla Glass 2 also performs extremely good. I've been trying it out on the Galaxy S3 and the Galaxy Note 2, and it performs amazing when you use a knife on top of the display, so this one should also perform amazing. And of course, when this is an LCD display, it will display colors like white way better than the AMOLED display on the Samsung Galaxy S4. It is a little bit smaller though, 4.7 inch. And me that is a fan of really big displays. For me, this phone just ain't the main phone for me, but I did a video talking a little bit about it, and it certainly has some amazing stuff. It has some amazing stuff, and I think for most people, for the majority of people, they really will pick this as their main smartphone, just because it has amazing colors. The colors looks amazing. It has amazing stereo speakers, boom sound. For me though, the thing that I usually value the most, as I've been talking about in another video, that is that the ergonomics are just totally wrong on this phone for me. and I made a more in-depth video about that if you want to check it out. So quickly a video here talking a little bit about the displays. You can also tell me your opinions down below if there's any specific video you want to see on these displays, and try to be normal in the comment section. Don't hate on me or anything. I mean, I'm just trying to do as good videos as possible for most people out there that is looking forward to what to buy. And if you have any specific pictures you want me to compare these phones on, or do you know any good apps that I can use in the future to compare the displays, I would love to find out more about that. And also, I think right now that I will take a look at some pictures in another video and compare the cameras more in depth. Because there's certainly a lot of things you can say about the cameras. You do have a 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera here. You do have a 30 megapixel, two 30 megapixel cameras here, and then you have the Apple 8 megapixel camera. What we also do know a lot about Apple is usually Apple products perform. These work, okay? So that's the cool, interesting thing, how that stacks up to the latest sensors inside of the S4 and the Sony Xperia Z, and also the 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera inside of the Samsung Galaxy S4. So quickly a video talking about that. You just let me know if you like this video. You can just comment, and that would be great. So yeah, have a good day. And yeah, which one do I think is the winner for me? Well, I would say that at the last place, I just have to pick this phone. I'm sorry, I'm a perfectionist. I can't have as poor viewing angles on this on the high-end smartphones. Remember, I only talk about the displays right now. So in the terms of displays, this is the last phone I would pick here. Now, second place here, second here coming in the end, I would actually say that it is the iPhone. It has the lowest PPI, lowest Gorilla Glass protection. But remember, I mean, like, I'm being really hard here. We are comparing some insane phones. So this is still a dope display. But for me, it's also that it's a little small, like 4-inch, 2013, and not HD display. A little bit low PPI. I mean, I'm a perfectionist. I want the best, you know. No, I'm not gonna pick that. Then we have this game here. Should you pick the Galaxy S4 display? Should I pick the HTC One display? Both look amazing. But my little bit advantage here is that I love colors. I think colors bring out love. If I would pick up heart here on both these devices, colors have a red color. It would look a lot red on the Galaxy S4. And that's why I pick it. Colors is my thing. I like more colors. I like a little bit unreal. I like the cool thing that's a little bit unreal. If you like the more real thing, if you would like to call it like that, if you like the real thing, how colors looks and should look, and if you, especially if you do a lot of reading, I mean, I do a lot of reading, but for me, colors is still the advantage of the S4, but they're coming really close here. It's really hard to compare these insane phones. Both are amazing, okay? Remember that, both are amazing. But this one, especially for most people, I think that if you do reading, if you do a lot of browsing, and if you like the color white, this is the boy to go with. But I will have to pick this one, not to be the winner, but it's gonna come there very close to the S4. And also, it's a little bit smaller. I always like improvements. I always want to see new things, you know, especially in screen sizes. And this one is the same as last year, HTC One X, 4.7-inch, starting to get a little bit boring. I know, am I crazy? I probably am a little bit crazy, but I like the big stuff. It should be big, it should be awesome, it should be great, it should always continue. Look at Samsung, always keep innovating, always trying out new stuff. Especially me as a geek, I always like that they are trying out new stuff. Air gestures, crazy stuff. The bigger size, coming out with a new phone soon, very Galaxy Mega 6.3-inch, the same as Samsung did with the Note series. They were experimenting, they were trying, they didn't know if the Note 2 phone was going to be a success, but it did succeed. So that's why I'm gonna pick the S4 here as a winner in terms of display. You can tell me your opinions down below. Please don't hate on the video just because I have this opinion. I think they're really coming close. And the iPhone is not bad either. It's coming also really close to the HTC One. Because I've been trying out some different games and it just did look amazing. It was like crazy how amazing the HTC One was. It was a little bit sharper than the iPhone 5. Why is this the case? Well, it is probably because right now Apple has too much money. They don't have to innovate as much. And yes, Apple is a great company. I use MacBook Pros every single day to edit these videos, but this tech area is coming to be. Things are always changing now in a rapid pace, and Apple doesn't have their innovator awesome Steve Jobs right now, so everything seems to be going a little bit slower at Apple, and they doesn't seem to that they want to take any risks. And if you don't take any risk, you can't win. You need to take risk, and Apple is playing a little bit too much on the safe side now. Especially, you can also look at other things in iOS. It's a little bit boring. Apps, I mean, sure, apps is cool, but couldn't they add a better multitasking system? Couldn't they add a better notification center? There's so many small improvements that they could do to iOS and not ruin the iOS lockdown experience if that's what they want. I like freedom, that's why I go with Samsung. If you want real colors, go with the HTC One. If you like things that just works, go with the iPhone. If you just want to have a phone with poor viewing angles, go with the Sony phone. No, I'm just kidding. But I think this video is gonna probably get a lot of hate from Sony guys. And let me tell you, there's good things about the Sony Xperia Z also. There's good things. And I also might go a little bit more in depth in another video about that. But you can tell me what you think about this one. I don't really like the glass back either because it's getting warm, and I don't like the thing. I don't like the feeling of having these buttons. I don't know why they are there. I don't like capacitive touch buttons into the screen. First of all, the screen is getting smaller, so overall the phone that is the biggest usually is the Samsung Galaxy S4. That's what I'm going with. I like the big screen size because the buttons is outside, but here we do have buttons that do occupy the screen, and that's a little bit horrible. And also that the CPU is a little bit slower than one that you get on the HTC One and the S4. I think Sony is doing better now than last year, and they're selling really many of these because it do have a pretty good design here with the glass back and all. And I like it that it doesn't move around on the table when you move it around like the 4S, iPhone 4S, and the iPhone 4 did. Yeah, this is a little bit on the slow side. And also, if you like this product, if you like the Sony phone, it's okay. But don't hate on this video because I'm just telling my opinions. Please just write a good comment on how I can make these videos better. And I definitely will try to improve it because I'm always improving. And it's just awesome. But please tell me what you like about this device. I'm really having a hard time to like it. Actually, in my upcoming camera video, you can actually, that could be a thing actually that I do enjoy about the Sony Xperia Z, but overall, and also that when you click on the home or the power on button, it's a little bit slow at launching the display. I'm not sure why, but it's a little bit slower than the S4 and phones like the HTC One. I'm not really sure. So, quickly a video here, talking like a geek about phones. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. If you like this video, please do like it, and I can do more awesome videos in the future. If you want to see any specific comparison between these phones, please let me know about that as well, and I will do my best to provide that for you. So, have a good day.